We are live officially. Welcome to this webinar of generating multiple streams of income and how we've done it as health coaches online, which is like a whole different ball game and an entirely amazing world that neither one of us knew anything about when we got started. So this conversation about generating multiple streams of income has become increasingly more important as I'm noticing that there's this trend in people, at least people that I know that are business owners and entrepreneurs that are beginning to realize this is the true path to wealth. And as we're studying these people, as I have been for the past 12 years, who have created really amazing businesses that are really profitable, we see a common denominator being that all of them have multiple streams of income. And typically in a bunch of different passion projects. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the mindset behind that, what that takes, and then Sable and I are going to give you insight into what we've created, why we created it, and how it's working for us. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Welcome. As you're hopping on, please feel free to check out the chat box to say hello, to introduce yourself, tell us where you're watching from. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. It might look really weird for a second, and then we are going to see the slides. So one thing, when I go into presentation mode for you guys to see the slides, I will no longer be able to see your questions directly. So as we're going along, if you guys do have questions, please write them in the chat box so that Sable can read them out loud and she can answer them and I can answer them real time while we're going through the slides. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share. It's gonna look weird. And then can you guys all see my screen?
I can see you. We're good.
You can see it. Sweet. I'm gonna pop out the chat so I can see you guys. Okay. Everyone else can see it too. Awesome. All right. I'm gonna go into presentation mode and we're gonna rock and roll. Okay, so welcome to generating multiple streams of income as an online health coach specifically. So this live webinar is presented by myself and by Sable, who you're about to meet. So thank you for spending the evening with us and taking the time to really jump into this material. If you're someone who's been interested in this at all, even remotely, this is really going to speak to you. So first of all, there's Sable's cat in the background.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, she always, like, I don't have a child, but the cat is just as bad as I imagine a child would be. When you're busy, like, she's already like scratching something she's not supposed to. And I'm like, oh, dang it, I want to yell at you, but I'm on the video. Stop.
So meet your hosts. I'm Shakti and that is Sable. We're going to share a little bit about our stories, but I want to do some highlight bulleted points in the middle first. These are common denominator things that both Sable and I had before we got started. Okay, so we were both leaders in our fields independently. Sable's going to share about what she does as a job during the day, so to speak, because health coaching is her passion project. And I also have had a very successful career as a massage therapist for almost 7 years. So we were leaders in our respective fields. We both had a lot of weight to lose, definitely over 20-pound mark of weight that we wanted to lose. And we were both struggling with various different health things that had come up for us when we decided to start coaching. We also had quite unhealthy eating habits and patterns. So like we were emotional eaters and binge eaters. We'd both never run an online business before. We had never used social media for marketing. And we literally just ended up doing this like out of a passion project. Like we just were inspired to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and let Sable share her story and then I will jump into mine.
Hi, everyone. So yeah, specifically to running an online business, I had zero background in that. I actually have a degree in English and in communications. But that background isn't what brought me here. It was the passion for bettering myself and falling in love with myself and how I felt when I worked towards losing the weight, breaking my emotional eating patterns, working through my binge eating, and as I started to realize how much better I felt, I wanted to share that with everyone else. And so that's where online coaching came into play for me. And Shakti is one of my best friends in the whole world. We actually met in college. And at the time she started, she actually never invited me to join her. And I had been working a lot on weight loss, like in the gym, but not working on my emotional eating or binge eating at all, just trying to work out so that I continue my eating habits without gaining more weight. I lost 20 pounds already. And so then I had to reach out to her actually and be like, hello, what are you doing that is so amazing? And let me join you. So that's how we started partnering on this business together.
Yeah, so Sable is for sure my best friend in the whole wide world. And when I started, I didn't even think about inviting her. And that is a lesson that I now teach my coaches not to do. So I had a baby, which is really what launched me into coaching and starting an online business, specifically an online business, because I was at home with a tiny baby. I developed severe anxiety and depression after I gave birth. And on top of that, I developed agoraphobia. So I developed a fear of like open spaces. I was completely distrusting of anybody watching my child, including his own dad. It was really bad. And I knew that I was not going to be able to go back to work, especially not the way that I was practicing massage before, which is very full-time, hands-on. I was working a lot. And so I had started looking for online jobs, like database jobs or whatever customer service jobs I could get. And all of them sounded ridiculously boring and made me want to cringe inside. I was like, this is not me. This is not expressive of my passions. This has nothing to do with anything that I love. I'm also an English major and I'm a classics major, and I'm a very creative individual. I like to create really beautiful things, inspiring things. I'm a writer, and I had been passionate about health before. I had been paleo for 2 years. I had done juice cleanses. I was really into non-GMO and organic foods. I was the educator on those subject matters in my family and in my group of circle of friends. So I already kind of had a background about that. But when I found myself postpartum, I never really put together that I could actually bring this passion that I had online until I saw a friend of mine who was doing it, who had lost a significant amount of weight. And on top of that, she just looked healthier. She looked happy. She was doing this as a job online. She was getting all this travel freedom and all this stuff. And I was like, I need to do that. I'm at home. I need to get in shape. I need to get my eating habits under control because I had really started binging at that point. And I need to make money. I'm going to do whatever she's doing because it looks legit. And as you'll learn a little bit later, it is absolutely legit and super bomb. But before we jump into that, that is how I got started, and I've never looked back. It's been almost April, it'll be 3 years. Best decision I've ever made for myself. To be really honest with you, there's like a handful of decisions that I say these saved my life, and this is one of them. Particularly because of the community that it brought me into, the amount of support it brought me into, as you'll learn about in a little bit. But this is where we started. We didn't start with any knowledge of how to run an online business or how to be coaches, or we still had weight to lose and we had all these eating things that we wanted to do, but we felt drawn to this world of the online space because we felt that it could give us not just personal accountability, but a lot of impact in a way that doing something like a job in person wouldn't be able to give us. So, one of my favorite slides, the truth about wealth. So, before we talk about what we specifically do, I want to give you guys a sort of like reframe on the concept of wealth and of being a business owner and what that actually means. So, Sable and I are going to go over these 4 points. And we really want you guys to hear them because these truths are really, really important. So I'm going to go over the first two. So the first one is you are the only one responsible for it. Depending on the government or a job to be the source of your income limits your capacity to really earn. This was a really hard lesson for me because I grew up in an immigrant family. I was told my whole life about depending on a paycheck, Social Security, things of that nature. And that's what my whole family has done. I am the first person in my immediate family to be an entrepreneur, to launch independent businesses, and to really generate my own wealth. And what I've discovered is that in my own life, I've had a lot less insecurity financially because of that decision than they have had, even though their jobs looked more secure. For the following reason. Number two, having only one source of income is the kiss of death. When you only have one place from where your money generates, you're really susceptible to fluctuations. And this is really true. Anything can happen to your job, anything can happen to anyone's position when it's not governed and run by you. In my case, I have multiple streams of income, and what that has allowed me to do is not feel the fluctuations of income so much in my life. It's really created a foundation on which, seasons can change, massage clients can change, or whatever, and I'm fine. I feel comfortable, and there's security in that. Also, all the projects that I'm involved with now, I govern. I get to call shots on that. And to me, that feels really powerful and empowering because I know that I'm the only one that is solely responsible for my wealth.
So true. The third talking point here is that passion projects can and do pay you. In this era, our passion projects are proving more fruitful than our jobs. I mean, there are so many days, Mondays, where I wake up, I'm sure others wake up and they just dread going to their 9 to 5 job. That is not the case when you are passionate about your project, like Shakti and I feel for these projects that we're working on now. The next step, the online world is exploding with opportunity. Right now, generating wealth from a laptop or phone is the secret to giving you insane amounts of freedom. Can we talk about time freedom? If you don't have to leave your house and you can make money at the same time from your pajamas, how amazing. How amazing to decide when and where you work, right? Shakti is planning a trip to visit me for a week, and she doesn't have to stop working. We can work together and we can continue our business while we spend time with each other.
I'm
It's
actually
going to be
traveling there Sunday, and that's exactly, we're going to work together because we run our team together and we mentor our coaches together. So we have all these things lined up to be able to work together and hang out and never miss a beat. It's just such a fluid way to generate income and wealth. And I'm like, I love it. It's the best.
work,
Yes.
play, fun all together.
So I wanted to drop this quote page here for you guys because this is a hard truth. And the first time someone said this to me, I got really mad.
Yeah, I
Uh,
even when we were making this last night, I was like, damn.
Yeah, this is a really big punch in the gut. So I want you guys to just think on this for a second. If you don't build your own dreams, someone will hire you to build theirs. Every single company that we have worked for or work for organization was founded by someone who had a very specific dream for themselves. Entrepreneurs are the bedrock of the US. That's how the US began in industry, and that's what makes us so phenomenal as a capitalist country is that it is founded on people who have created all these amazing corporations and generated a lot of wealth. And those are the people. There's another quote that I almost shared as well. That's like, the 97% that didn't have the courage to pursue their dream are working for the 3% that did. And I was like, oh man, that's so true. It's so true. And you're going to learn in a second why this is actually true. Why having the courage to be the kind of person that builds your dream is actually challenging for a lot of people and why they don't get to be at that 3% mark. And so we're going to help you reframe that right now so that you do get to build your dream. Okay. Stepping away from the employee mindset. So, Sable, if you remember the notes that we took, please feel free to share because we decided on what we really wanted to talk about for each slide, and I can't see our talking notes now. So,
I do not see them either, but I know
okay.
that you were very excited to talk about this.
I was very excited because here's the thing, and this is where a lot of people right now on the internet, there are so many online businesses and there's so much opportunity to start with really, really low risk, which is one of the things that I love the most about the online business world. And what happens with a lot of people when they begin an online business or they join a company is they forget they're not joining as an employee. They're joining as an entrepreneur. Okay? It's not just about starting a business, it's about completely abandoning the employee mindset and stepping into the mindset of an entrepreneur. This definition of entrepreneur is taken directly from the dictionary. An entrepreneur is a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses taking on greater than normal financial risk in order to do so. For a very long time before the internet became the monster that it is now, the amount of risk required to launch a business and to be an entrepreneur was enormous. You're looking at $50,000 base to open a brick and mortar business anywhere and begin operation. Not to mention hiring a lawyer, organizing the narratives of your business, having a structure put in place for your business, having materials created and printed for your business. There's so much that goes into generating a thriving, complete business. And for a very long time, the risk was exceptionally high. So very few people were actually privy to the opportunity of starting a business. They either had to have money, or they had to have someone to fund them, or they had to go pitch their idea to people to fund them. And so by the time someone did get a business funded, they already had that entrepreneurial mindset because they had to work through so many layers of getting the capital just to start. Unlike now, we have online businesses where you don't really need a lot of capital to start. So pretty much anybody can start their own business. And as a result of that, anybody coming in doesn't realize that when you buy into a business, you are now a business owner and you have to have a completely different mindset. Okay. So now coming into an online business, you're not really risking a lot of money, but you're risking a lot of comfort. Now the currency has changed. Now, what you get to risk when you start an online business is your time, is your comfort zone, and is your ability to grow. That's now what you get to risk in order to have the level of freedom that most people aspire to when they dream of starting an online business. Okay. Starting an online business right now, you can do that for under $200 with pretty much any company. That's chump change compared to what it actually costs to start a business otherwise. However, the currency of comfort and time and growth are the ones that a lot of people get stuck at. They don't realize how much they're going to have to invest in the front end to be able to have the freedom on the back end. Okay, so you guys watching this, I know that you're on here because you have a sincere interest in building a successful online business. I need you to remember this slide and remember what I'm saying and rewatch it as many times as you need to. Beginning a business is not just about beginning it. It's about abandoning a mindset of employee and adopting the mindset of someone who takes ownership of their track, ownership of their wealth, ownership of their business, and decides to put up front the currency of time and comfort and growth to be able to get in return something valuable, which is time freedom and wealth and multiple streams of income, etc. Does anybody have any questions about this particular slide? Or did anybody just have like a mind-blowing moment? Sable, is anybody in the chat box saying, if they say anything, just let me know so that I can address it? Because this is this to me is the missing step when people begin a business. They don't understand this right here. And if you can get this now, watching this webinar, it's like smooth sailing from here on out. Nothing yet. There is a delay on the chat.
Yep, there's nothing in the chat
No
box to me.
questions? Okay. So we will move on. So here's the thing. Everyone can tell you the risk about starting a business, but an entrepreneur can see the reward and sticks to that. Can we all talk about how many times people have made comments in our lives about the projects we're starting? Sable, I'm sure you've gotten it from people in
All
your
the time.
life. What have they said about you starting a health coaching online business?
What are you doing? You're already so busy. What do you know about health?
Mm-hmm.
You haven't lost all the weight yet. I mean, the lines are endless, but they're not true.
Yeah. And that's because, let me tell you something. The majority of the population is going to look at what you're doing when you decide to start an online health coaching business. They're going to feel two things. Admiration and envy is going to be like the primary emotions. Admiration and envy. And so they're going to admire your desire to do something brave, and then they're going to have this slight pang of envy because they will feel like, I would never be able to do that. I'd never be able to go online and talk about my life. I'd never be able to go online and start a business. I'd never be able to do that. And so what they do, and often with good intentions to protect you, is they start telling you about all the risks you're taking. What if this doesn't work? What if this is a scam? What if you can't make any money? What if blah, 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 blah? Because they are afraid and they have doubt. So they try to, without knowing, they implant that in you because you're doing something different and it makes them uncomfortable. So I want you guys to understand that your decision to start this online business is going to make a lot of people in your life uncomfortable. They're going to have a lot of comments about what you're doing. You've got to realize that those comments aren't about you, those comments are about them. And your job is to just hold peaceful space for whatever they've got to say and to keep your eye on your reward and continue moving forward. That's your job as an entrepreneur. The vision was given to you. It was not given to them. Don't expect those people to see the vision that you see, because the vision has always been yours. Okay? All right, Sable, this one is yours. That I know.
Yes. So these are some of my favorite things that come out of being an entrepreneur for yourself. You get to work your own schedule when you can and as little or as much as you desire. So I forgot to even tell you what I do as my 9 to 5 because I'm so obsessed with this project. But I work in the event world, in the hospitality world, and I am the general manager for 2 different event facilities. And so I have a very jam-packed schedule. But what I love about when I get to work for myself is that I get to fit it in when I want. If I'm a morning person, I get to wake up early. If I'm a night owl, I stay up late. If I have a break in between my other projects during the day, I get to fit it in then. It is so rewarding to be able to take control and manage your own schedule. Like I said, Shakti is visiting. We get to decide when we're going to work and for how long and what we're going to do with our own time. You also get to control how much income you generate and from what sources. So, the harder you work, the more money you make. It flexes. It really depends on how much you want to make, do, work for. What are your goals? What sources do you want to utilize? It's all up to you because you're your own boss. You also get to design what you offer. So you can create your own brand. You can create your own mantra, your own sites, your own topics you want to discuss, you want to teach on, you want to offer other clients. It's all up to you. And you can change it at any moment. The freedom when it comes to designing what you offer is endless. You also get to create a massive impact. This for me really hits home because I think it's the most rewarding. So regardless of the income, regardless of the projects, changing people's lives, giving them a more positive outlook, telling them, supporting them. We talked about, when you decide you want to become your own entrepreneur, you want to jump into this business, the naysayers that come at you, there are other people out there that are feeling that too for other reasons. And if you can be that support and positive impact for them and bring them out of it, it's life-changing for them and such a reward for you.
Not to mention the fact that I feel like online you can reach so many more people. Like, you
Definitely.
can reach a lot of people in person, and I really hope you do as a health coach. And the internet has opened up the doors to helping so many people. Like our particular company right now, we're in 3 different countries. We're in Canada, we're in the US, we're in the UK. That's a whole, like an insane pool of people
Yes.
to be able to go out and support on their personal health journey, to create space for them to have success and progress, maybe when they've never seen that before in their lives.
I
So
work with some amazing people, some of my most favorite people, and I've never met them in real life.
yeah. Yeah, our team is like full of these unbelievable souls, and they've most of them we've met online, and we've never even met them in person. And then we get together for these events ever so often, and it's like, oh my God, it's just this instant kinship. It's the literal best. So I now want to talk about a little bit about why Sable and I chose the health and fitness company that we did to affiliate with. So there's a lot of wellness companies out there that you can join and participate with. There's not a company out there like ours. So we are affiliated with Beachbody. They've been around for over 20 years. They are the only company out there that does both fitness and nutrition. There's a lot of companies out there that do nutrition products and nutrition protocols. There's different companies out there that offer digital streaming for fitness. There's nothing on the market like what we do, which is a combination of complete fitness and nutrition. So here are some of the reasons why we love them in particular, and why we have had so much success in our own lives with the company. There's a built-in structure for organizing clients, teammates, and staying connected. There's an insane amount of training on how to run a business and how to be a leader in general. There's a community of other coaches for support and mentorship that are available 24/7. Our team page alone is active 24/7. All team members go in there. All of my coaches, Sable's coaches, the rest of our coaches go into that space. Any question, concern, need for support is addressed within a day. It's an insane amount of support, not to mention that Sable and I run weekly team calls for our team. So we get on a video call kind of like this, and right now we're doing a book club together. We're all reading a book on leadership and business together, and then we come live and we discuss it, or we teach on a business topic. So every single week we are plugged into mentorship, which is so powerful and important for personal growth as well as professional growth. Again, a phenomenal nutrition and fitness resource from a company who has been doing this for literally over 20 years. I mean, you just can't beat at all the level of expertise. I mean, this is a company that created projects like P90X and 21 Day Fix, and Asylum and Insanity and Hip Hop Abs, and all of these like Turbo Jam, Turbo Fire, these amazing fitness programs. That those are a lot of our older programs. All of our newer ones coming out, like Core de Force, Transform 20 comes out in this month, which we're so excited about. There's a whole bunch of other ones. I think Megan, our newest trainer, is coming out with a new program that they're launching in the summer, which I'm excited about. So every year we're launching about 3 to 4 different fitness or nutrition programs. In May of this past year, we launched an entire nutritional course called To Be Mindset, specifically for people who have emotional eating issues, which I thought was really powerful. It has no fitness component. It's entirely working around the mindset about nutrition and our relationship to food, which I thought was such a powerful move for the company to do. So again, super, super leading edge when it comes to this whole fitness and nutrition thing. All of our products are created by holistic nutritionists and experts in their field, medical doctors, experts in performance, whether it's our performance line, or in nutritional supplementation, or in any food product, or anything that we create. And the website now has an entire tab called Beachbody Science, where we share with our customers everything that went into everything we've created and why it was created the way it was created, including studies that we've conducted. So I think that level of transparency is ridiculously powerful. So I think we switched, but now you can go ahead, Sable, and do the the rest of them.
It's okay. We hit on the holistic approach to health, really mind, body, spirit, clean products, a primary focus on community and peer support. This is so large, and like Shakti said, we're in 3 different countries. So the focus on community and peer support is out of this world. There are top coaches that run free trainings for other coaches. You have our team as support, as well as anyone else in the Beachbody community. So it's really vast and really amazing. The ability to travel for free to amazing destinations. So the company offers multiple opportunities to individuals that are performing well to travel for pleasure, for relaxation, as well as they host large leadership summits across the country for coaches to attend, depending on the different levels they are in the organization, as well as one in the summer that is amazing to go to, and that is open to all coaches. So a lot of different opportunities to travel for free as well as to travel for training. And then there's a generous compensation plan. Unlike other online businesses, our compensation plan grows on itself and your team versus being solely driven by meeting quotas for product sales. So a great opportunity there.
That's really an important point, and I really want to highlight that because a lot of companies in the online space, there's either a quota for product sales, and there's also commission from the people that you bring onto your team or the clients that you get and their clients, for example. Our company doesn't work that way. So every coach earns commission upon themselves, and we receive leadership bonuses for the performance of the team. I, as a leader, the founder of Meta Movement, which is the name of our big team, I don't receive commission from anything that my coaches do. All of their money is their money. I receive my own commissions, and if we're doing well as a team, then I receive leadership bonus for their performance. And I think that's really, to me, that was a really important clarifying point because that felt very in integrity to me. I never felt comfortable being involved with a company that was doing this kind of like, well, I need to recruit XYZ number of people because I need you guys to make money for me, in effect. That's not how the company works. And of course, as you move up, then you have your capacity to earn leadership bonus expands as you evolve within the company. And they also give you a lot of bonuses for different things. Like if you help a certain number of people in a 5-week period, you get an extra $100, $150. Like they just kind of give you bonuses for performance, no matter what level you're at, whether you're a beginning coach or a leader coach. So they are very generous. And something else that I like to point out is that our company, once you hit a certain rank within the company and above, the company every quarter looks at their profits as a whole. We are a multi-billion-dollar company, and they actually divide their profits among their coaches, their qualifying coaches. So aside from doing all of these nonprofit organization works that we do, they then split up the pot of profit for all of these coaches, which I to date have not heard of another company that does that. So I think that speaks volume of the integrity of the company as a whole. So for us, it felt like a no-brainer. Like the decision to affiliate with Beachbody felt like such an easy decision because of the level of integrity of the company. So there are Sable and myself at our most recent summit, which was last June, and a portion of our team at one of our team dinners. And this summit, Coach Summit, is open to all coaches. It's the summit that Sable was talking about, and it's usually 3 days. And this is where you go and you listen. You get to do group workouts. You get to do group workouts with a lot of famous trainers. You get to listen to really important keynote speakers. We have, so far I've seen live Brendan Burchard. I know Gary Vaynerchuk was actually at the one before mine, the first one I ever attended. There's so many. This year they're bringing Rachel Hollis, which is a author of Girl Wash Your Face. They're bringing her this year to the summit. So they bring in a lot of these really influential people that are outside of our company to come and do training with our company, which is really powerful. Of course, they also bring on coaches who have been in the business for a long time to speak as well and teach. And this is just a great opportunity to connect with your team from all over, to see each other, to connect, and to enjoy each other. Okay, so what do we actually do? Let's talk about this. Save, I believe you
Right,
are.
yeah.
Take it away. This is your slide. We'll pass it.
So, yeah. So, what do? We help others get the results they are needing. And that is a variety of things. Not one person on our team has the same goals or needs as another for the most part. But maybe they need to stop binge eating or emotional eating like I did. Maybe they need to lose weight. Maybe they need to gain weight. Maybe they'd rather just tone up. Maybe they're just recovering from postpartum and they need support. Maintain a healthy pregnancy. Regulate a health condition with fitness and nutrition. I mean, the possibilities of why they are coming to us to work and for us to help coach them through is really, and not to mention, a variety of these together as well, because a lot of times we don't just need one of these things. It's a variety of them together. And we help others inspire to do the same work, get started and connected to their business in order to pay it forward. So for me, I started out as a client first, working through my own issues. And then when I fell in love with how I was feeling and how the products and the business were working, I decided to coach and pay it forward so that I could help others feel that same way.
And I think that's really important to note that, we are health coaches. People are going to come to us for a variety of things. I think in our particular industry, which is fitness and weight loss is a big thing in our industry, we're focusing on things like abs and weight loss, which is not an awful thing to focus on, but it's not the only thing that people need help with. The majority of people that I actually help inside of we have a community called the Workout Warrior Wellness Studio, which is where our clients go. And in there, the majority of people I end up helping are people who have things like chronic anxiety and depression. They eat their feelings, they're not sleeping, they're gaining weight only because their cortisol levels are so high and their stress levels so high. And a lot of them have health issues like autoimmune conditions as a result of that. And they then need support with nutrition and fitness just to regulate their stress. So as an online health coach, you're going to be helping a variety of people with different needs. I also get a lot of pregnant and postpartum clients. And the fact that we have a fitness library with over 700 different workouts and an entire segment dedicated to pregnancy and recovering from pregnancy is really powerful. These women don't have to stay stagnant. They can continue to move and stay healthy through their pregnancy and after their pregnancy. We also have an entire yoga studio inside of our fitness library so that people who are strictly wanting to do yoga for whatever reason, like maybe they have an injury or they're recovering from something or they don't want any high impact, they can just do that. We also have an entire cooking show inside of that library. So someone who's struggling to learn how to cook meals or prepare their food, they have a whole show available to them that teaches them how to do that. So the thing that I love the most about working with a company like ours is that there's so much possibility to help all these different phases of people's lives and to help them successfully. And then, of course, helping people pay it forward. The most common thing that happens is once a client starts working with you and they feel the impact, not just of the amazing materials they're provided with, but our community, that sense of peer support that's so present and so with them on their journey, is that a lot of them are going to want to pay it forward. A lot of them are going to feel inspired to then go on and work with other people. And like for Sable and myself, we were feeling so amazing and so supported. It was like, why not earn income doing this with a company that has really changed our lives and just creating the kind of safe space that they have, and generating the kind of community that is so holistic. And so those are really the two things that we do is we help our clients with their specific needs, and then we just help other people get started like we got started, on their health coaching business. So for example, if you're watching this webinar and wanting to come into our community and do this, then Sable and I would help you get started on your coaching business. And we would mentor you in getting started. That's basically what we do. It's such an easy, fun job.
I actually spend a lot of my time coaching through time management and organization. So it has nothing to do per se with health or fitness, but it all ties together and how we structure our day and our time and our life.
For sure. So these are really the pillars of what we do. Okay, so what Sable and I do as health and fitness coaches within our company is we help people with simple fitness and nutrition. It's a digital library like Netflix, but entirely for fitness that can be accessed from any device that gets the internet for any phase of your life, nutrition plans for every single program we have, and an entire nutrition course for anybody that's really struggling with the mindset around food. We give them an insane amount of peer support that's really, really enveloping, so they don't feel like they're alone and they don't feel like they're having to do this like the only person in their world that's changing their life. And then we also team build. We build this community of coaches, all of us doing the same work together and supporting and mentoring each other on that journey, which is, not only are we working on our own health, because that's our first job, is to work on ourselves, but now we're also working on developing into entrepreneurs. Many of us have never been entrepreneurs before, so we're having to grow that mindset. And really, that's what Sable and I teach in our team. We don't teach you the business of Beachbody because you can go on your coach website and get all the training in the world. What Sable and I want to teach you guys how to do is how to adopt the mindset of being an entrepreneur and how to be a successful entrepreneur in your life. So, very next question is, how do you get started if you're wanting to work with us? If you're like, hell yes, this is what I want to do. I want to be an online health coach and I want to do it with you guys. Then these are your next steps.
Super simple. You pick which track you want to join us with. Once we get you set up with that, you're going to jump on a call with both of us. We say one of us, but will probably be both of us now because we like doing these together. And then we throw you into our team meta movement where you can get additional support and start to grow your business.
Holy scratched my own throat, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been scratching my throat lately with like everything I drink or eat. So I'm like, what is this about? That's something I have to coach myself on not doing. So yes, my apologies. So yeah, so you pick your track, which means you're joining with materials or you're joining with just a business fee to start your business. We'll break that down in a second. Get on a call with us. We help you get started, and then you get into the team. And once you're in the team, we have a Facebook group. You're in there. 3 things. You're going to start on your own fitness and nutrition. You're going to get into the team page and start engaging and connecting with the other coaches on our team. And then you start your training. And from there on, it all just flows. We help you figure out things like, what message do I want to really hone in on? Like, what's my community? What's my niche? What's my passion within this world? It's a really broad spectrum. So who do I want to talk to and how do I want to talk about it? Things like, how do I make new friends? How do I connect with new people on the internet? How do I build the kind of online community that's really present and connected and feels really organic? So all those different components of what building a business is like online, Beachbody actually does a fairly decent job of giving you all of that. Like, they just revamped their website, I think last year, and they included a whole bunch of new training that they didn't have before that talks about this, but also you get to do that with us as well. So pick your track. These are the specifics of what Sable mentioned. When we said pick your track, there's actually 3 different ways that you can become a health coach and come onto our team and start right away with your business. I want to quickly mention that if you are already a client of ours, you can actually upgrade to coach for free. This means if you already bought a fit pack from any one of us, if you invested in a fit pack, then we can actually get you an upgrade to your coach account for free. So if that applies to you, please get in touch with whoever your coach is so that we can just set your account up that way. So now we're going to talk about the 2 basic ways that most people join if you're not already one of our clients. Let's go ahead and start with FitPack.
So the majority of individuals start with the Fit Pack. And the reason they start with the Fit Pack because it includes your Beachbody On Demand, which is our fitness library for a full 12 months. It includes your nutritional guides, your books, the containers, your shaker cup, and then your 30-day supply of our herbal supplement Shakeology. So the majority of individuals are going to start there because they want those supplies to start their business, because obviously those are the tools that you will use for your clients and coaches as well. Now this pack starts at $160. It depends on the kit. The reason we say it starts at $160 is because these are so customizable that we can really accommodate your needs. So for instance, there's packs that include the performance line, which is our pre-workout energize, or post-workout recover supplements. Those are additional costs. So really we can work with you to see what you want and what works for you when you start this journey. There are also some of our newer programs that include some additional equipment like bands or a step, and those cost a little more as well. But they all start at about the 160 and they can go from there. So it just depends on what you want and what you want to invest. The second option is the lowest cost. It is a $40 business fee. It includes the business materials, but without any of the fitness equipment or programs. So it's literally just access to the business for you to start working.
So I want to make a point of the kit. So first of all, the Fit Pack is the best deal because you get the business for free. So when you get a Fit Pack, which means all you're getting is your materials, which you're going to use on your health journey anyways, you don't pay the $40 to start your business. So that is the route that most of my coaches choose, just because obviously they want to get started on their own health journey. They're eager to get started. They're eager to start working out. So they would rather go in that direction. Also, the kits start at 160 because it really depends on what you need. If you really struggle with energy to work out, if you're someone who feels really sluggish or you work out later in the day, then you're probably going to want to get energized because that's going to help you, give you a very natural boost. It's not a hard product. None of our products are harsh. None of our products have additives. None of our products have any weird chemicals in it. It's all very natural. You can find all the ingredients on our website as well. And it really just gives you a nice boost so you have the energy through your workout and after your workout. That product is actually very nice because it prevents you from crashing after your workout. Or maybe you're someone who struggles with muscle soreness. You work out and then afterwards you're like crazy sore. So recover might be really important for you because that's what it's dedicated for. It helps your muscles recover so you don't have that level of soreness. So this is where you would work one-on-one with us. So you would get in contact with whoever it is that invited you to this webinar. You can email us or message us. In the next slide, you'll get our information so that we can talk to you and see, okay, what are your specific needs? What are you needing the most? And we will give you exactly that. The base kit is 160. Most of the base programs now are at 160. And even with the base kit, you get a lot. You know, the fitness library, all the nutritionals, and the supplement for 30 days is a big deal to get for that price point. Not to mention the whole business for free. So that's why we say starting, because we need to know like what you're going to need and also what equipment might come in your pack depending on the program specific pack that you're going to get. And then as Sable mentioned, that business fee is $40 and that is just the business. It'll get you into the team page. It'll get you access to your online coach office, but it won't get you any physical materials. So this would be something, for example, maybe you didn't buy a fit pack. Let's say you're a client of ours, but you didn't necessarily start with a fit pack. You just started with a library or you just started with a supplement, and you want to start as a coach. You could start there and then just use whatever you've got as far as program materials, etc., to kickstart your business. But most of our people are going to fall in the camp of either a free upgrade because you're already one of our clients and you just want to become a coach and now start helping other people, or you're starting brand new and you want to get started on your own health journey as well as help other people. And there's a huge perk to signing up as a coach. Might I mention that you get 25% off everything, all of our nutritionals, all of our exercise gear, all of our apparel, anything, you basically get 25% off. So that's a really nice perk as a coach to, especially if you're a client and you're considering upgrading to coach, that's a massive perk. Massive.
It's awesome because I use almost all of the products.
Yeah, because they're all amazing and they're clean.
It's true.
So I just want to take a second to say thank you for joining us, even if you're watching the replay and you're like, couldn't make it live, but that's okay. Thank you for watching and for taking the time to open your minds about new ways of generating income into your life. And especially if being an online health coach is of interest to you, now you have a solid plan for the kind of mindset that's going to take you where you want to go with success in your business. And if you're looking for a platform specifically, now you know why we love the one that we chose and how you can get started doing that. There's our contact information, our email, and our name. So whoever it is that invited you to this webinar, get in touch with them so that we can answer your questions personally, so that we can get to know what it is that you're needing and get you set up the right way. I know for sure I can speak for both of us when I say that this business has pretty much single-handedly turned around our lives and brought back so much joy and vitality where we were really, really struggling for different reasons. And it strengthened our friendship, and now we get to work together and do this business together, which I think is really powerful medicine, personally. So I'm gonna exit full screen. So there's not any questions in the chat box. Does anybody have any questions? That's really it as far as material that I have to present. Anybody have any questions? Anybody need any clarifications or situational things, specific things that you want us to address? Please let us know. We're happy to help you guys out and answer whatever we can. I'm going to leave it on this slide so it's easy for you guys to actually see the contact information. Also, feel free to just email us if you want. If you just want to email us, that's fine as well. But I just wanted to make we have a few minutes to make ourselves available to answer any questions. I don't think we do. All right. Well, if we don't have any questions, then that's perfect.
Oh, here it comes on.
Oh, there's Kobe. Oh, I'm so glad. So glad that you loved it. Yeah. So my intention was to really just give you really good content about being an entrepreneur and what that takes. Of course, Beachbody is what we chose and the avenue that we chose to express that. But whatever way, whatever platform someone chooses to express that, hopefully just really solidifies your mindset about what that takes. All right then, darlings, we are going to go ahead and stop the share and come back online and say thank you for hanging with us and have an amazing evening. And if you have any questions, we are here for you.
Thanks, everyone.
Right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.